Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, we're getting close to the end of First Thessalonians. We're actually in the last chapter of First Thessalonians. And in this section, I've divided it up, and it's entitled 22 Commandments. Let me read what I have here. The 22 Commandments to Christians Living in the End Times. And this is today's part 2. Okay, we talked about yesterday. The first 2 was encouraging one another, and then the second one is building each other up. Okay, today I'm going to go through 3 of them. Okay, but these 3, just like yesterday's, tied together. These 3 here also tied together, so we'll have 5 under our belt after today. The first one, and these all have to do with those in ministry. Okay, and how you act toward them or react toward them. The first one is acknowledge those who care for you in the Lord. The second one is honor those in ministry. And then the fifth one is live at peace with each other in the church. Okay, so those are the 3 things that we're talking about today. And I'm going to be reading today. This is taken from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. We read verse 11 yesterday, so I'm going to be reading verses 12 through 13 today. Okay, so follow along with me. 1 Thessalonians 5, verses 12 through 13. It says this: Now we ask you, brothers and sisters, to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord, and who admonish you. Hold them in highest regard in love because of their work. Live in peace with each other. Okay, that's it right there. So let's talk about those things here. Remember, Paul started this church. He came into town, started the church, and in 3 weeks, he needed to leave because they were getting ready to, kill him. It was no longer safe for him to be there. He had kind of this this group that was following him and causing problems. So when they found out he'd be in this town, they'd be coming to that town and causing problems. And so that's what happened. So Paul needed to leave. When he started the church, then when you're saved, you're given a spiritual gift. Okay, it might be more than one, but you're given a spiritual gift. And some of those, it might be preaching and teaching, and others it might be something else. It might be hospitality or something like that. And so Paul is dealing more with how you treat those that have these leadership gifts of preaching and teaching and so forth. Okay, so this first one, it says acknowledge. It says, now we ask brothers and sisters, everybody, and to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord, and who admonish you. Okay, so I just put those who care for you. Okay, that admonish you, and so forth. I just group that into one thing. Acknowledge those who care for you. Okay, that would be the pastor. The pastor is someone who not only brings the sermons, but he is that shepherd. Okay, and a shepherd doesn't just stand on the side of the hillside and give commands to the sheep. Hey, sheep, you need to come over here. You need to do a better job at eating the grass over here, and so forth. Doesn't do that. He goes and cares for the sheep. When the sheep breaks its leg or whatever, he, helps carry that sheep, rescues the sheep, all that stuff. So the pastor is a shepherd, and he cares for the sheep like that. So Paul is saying, hey, I want you to acknowledge those who do that. Okay, they're not like everybody else. Okay, not everyone has the gift of pastor and cares for people like that. But Paul is saying, hey, I want you to acknowledge those people. Those people are different than everyone else, and I want you to acknowledge those people. Okay, so that's the third commandment here. Okay, then I put, this is taken from verse 13, honor those in ministry. And it doesn't say honor those in ministry. Let me read what it says. It says, hold them in highest regard in love because of their work. Okay, so I like to make things simple, and I like to talk simply too. Okay, so when someone comes to me, I don't say, hey brother, you need to hold them in highest regard and in love because of their work. I just don't talk like that. I'll say you need to honor them. Okay, and I'm not talking about doing goofy things like, having a parade and having them sit on this royal throne and goofy stuff like that. No, not at all. But I'm saying you need to honor them, those that are in ministry, those that are called to preach, teach, and pastor, and elders. You need to honor those because they're different than everyone else. And so, take time to thank them for what they do, and maybe do a little something, give them gift cards and stuff like that. Sometimes there's Pastor Appreciation Day. Take part in that. Take them out for lunch or dinner or whatever. But find ways to honor those people. Okay, and then the sixth one, or the fifth one we have here today, is live at peace with each other. Okay, now I want you to pay attention here, because I say live at peace with each other, and that's taken right from verse 13. Live at peace with each other, but you need to understand this in context. This was written to the church. This was written to the Thessalonian church. When Paul is saying this, he's saying you need to live at peace with each other in the church. Okay, he didn't say you need to be living with peace with each other with everybody in the whole world. Okay, so if you get the idea, you take this one verse out of context, you're thinking, we need to give peace a chance, and we need to be at peace with each other, not at war anymore, and the Israeli conflict going on, the Ukraine conflict and stuff. We need to just be at all peace. That's not what Paul said here at all. Okay, he is saying you need to be at peace with each other in the church. Okay, so quit fighting with your pastor and your elders and stuff like that. Instead, be a person that encourages them. Live at peace with them. Find ways that you can live at peace with them, rather than always being the thorn in the side and trying to irritate those people. Find ways you can encourage and build them up. Okay, that's what Paul is saying. Live at peace with each other. A church that is functioning well is really living at peace with each other. Okay, when you have a church that is not at peace with each other, like Paul is saying here, man, that church is like, it's spending its energy trying to put out fires within the church rather than reaching the world. Okay, so that's what we need to understand here with that last one. Live at peace with each other. In the context is we need to live at peace with each other in the church. Okay, beyond the church, yeah, that's fine to live at peace with each other, but that's not what Paul is saying here. Okay, so hey, those are the commandments 3, 4, and 5 here that we are talking about today. Join me tomorrow as we continue talking about those commands. There's 22 of them. So, Lord's blessing. I will see you tomorrow.